Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Don.
Don, it's Tuesday. I wear red on Tuesday. I am absolutely...
Wait.
Today we're going to explore some of the more common tools that a facility manager might have in their backpack or briefcase.
One of the things that I use most is this flashlight. You can use your cell phone for a flashlight, but it doesn't give a concentrated beam and it doesn't really give good light, especially if you're looking in small openings or underneath cabinets. You know, stainless steel cabinet will reflect back a lot of light from the stainless steel and it'll make it so you can't see things. Where a really well concentrated LED flashlight will. This one's rather expensive, about $30, $40 each, made by one of the most common flashlight manufacturers that policemen always used to use. I use that extensively, and I always carry some backup batteries for it. And that's just part of my kit all the time that's with me.
Okay, so number one, flashlight with spare batteries.
Exactly.
What else, Don?
You can use your cell phone for a camera, and a lot of times that's going to work, but again, when you need good flash, you need to have a regular camera. So if you're going to do a lot of interior pictures, please use the flash of a regular camera, not off of your cell phone. Cell phones are okay for that, but you'll get far better quality off of a regular digital camera. Don't carry it all the time anymore, but I still carry it when I'm doing a lot of internal pictures.
Well, you've got a lot of stuff in there. What else you got?
I always carry a tape measure. I carry a contractor size 25 footer. I think I've even loaned this to you a few times when we've been out together.
You have indeed.
You'd be surprised how many times I've loaned this to other project managers for my companies that I've worked for, even vice presidents of construction. We've been out, well, what's the measurement on that? And you whip it out of your bag. Facilities managers are expected to be prepared all the time, kind of a Boy Scout, Girl Scout thing. That's one of them.
What else you got in there?
I like to keep all my computer files backed up on a hard drive, or excuse me, an external drive. Some people don't, but when you have lots of pictures, you can just totally fill up your computer, and that I always have with me as well.
What else?
Of course, I got to be able to charge that computer and my cell phone. And notice I've got the adapter on the end of the USB for plugging it into the wall or into the car. And a lot of the cars have USB ports, but if you're riding around with a contractor with an old pickup and you need to recharge. I've made a lot of friends at airports, and I've used this in hotels a lot where they haven't had enough places for me to plug in to recharge. And if I'm sitting there and I see somebody looking for an outlet, I've got this in my bag. And I've met some very interesting people, giving them an opportunity to plug in. And I've actually made a few customers for my brands by providing that to them.
And that's commonly referred to as a three-way.
Exactly. Yes. Anyway, this is a little screwdriver kit. You need to have a screwdriver of some sort.
I think you need a screwdriver to open it.
I think you better.
Let's take a look.
I'm sort of stuck fumbling. My arthritis is getting to me today.
A screwdriver kit with various blades. Nice.
And when I'm really doing a lot of air conditioning inspections, I'll oftentimes have a 3/8 inch or 1/4 inch nut drive because the screwdrivers won't work
For the access panels.
Exactly.
What else you got?
When I'm looking at plans, getting specs, I need a scale. I need something to help me with that. Sometimes I even use that for drawing to scale. Again, if I need to take a set of plans and download it for a contractor, having a thumb drive to give them with all the plans on it is a lot faster than trying to send it to them via email.
Too large a file.
Sure. Too large a file.
Sure.
One of the last things that I have in here is a
nose hair trimmer.
Yeah. That'll work in your ear.
No.
And that ear has got me. Anyway.
Sorry I brought it up.
Exactly. This is to test humidity in the restaurants.
Hygrometer.
In effect, it's a hygrometer. They call it something different. One of the problems with these, and you can get ones that'll work for off of your cell phone as well. They're generally set up to have their best specifications of plus and minus. So if it says it's 80%, it's either 82 or 78% at 70 to 90 degree temperatures. When you suddenly go outside of that range, the range at which it's accurate grows. And a number of these, and I looked hard at them, because I had a lot of restaurants that had either dry refrigeration, where you had breaded product, they didn't want the breading to get all wet before it was fried, or we were doing dry aging of meat. And you have to be very specific on that humidity range that they allow in there at a colder temperature, 36, 38 degrees, plus or minus 1 or 2% on humidity. And if your meter reads plus or minus 10%, you could be, if you want 80% humidity, you could be 70 or 90%, and you don't know. And for meat, it's going to go moldy and it's going to not age right. For the fried foods, it's going to absorb moisture or it's going to dry out the base product, and you don't know that either until you're ready to go. So be real certain you look not only at the packaging, but also look up on the website of any humidity device you want if you're going to be doing unusual temperatures.
You know, I think I would add to that too, that speaking of humidity, a moisture meter itself, to be able to probe into some of the walls where you suspect you've got water issues, is also a very handy tool. I don't know that you've got one in that bag of tricks of yours.
I don't.
Okay. Would you say it a fair statement that a contractor should generally expect to carry the same tools that a facility manager does?
Most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, if they aren't showing up with a camera, a pad of paper, a pencil, a tape measure, they don't know what the heck they're doing.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us today. Very informative. You didn't see any light on that side, did you? Appreciate your time, and we ask you to please subscribe.
Don't you think he looks a whole lot better in blue?
Oh, that again. I'm Ron.
I'm Don.
Thanks for joining us. Where do they find us, Don?
Somewhere about right there.